So today's class is on, what do you see on the screen? Jagannath Rath Yatra. So we will start with prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we will chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 21 times. Can one of you chant in unmute, not muting, and everybody else can sync up with that person, and we can be on mute and chant. Who wants to do that service today?
Can I do it, Mataji?
Yes.
This is Saina.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Saina, can you say the last Hare Hare slowly and clearly? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Saina. So when you chant, what you should hear and what you should think.
About Krishna. You should think about pleasing the Lord.
Yes, that's right. So chanting is a prayer to please the Lord. So what's the meaning of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra?
Oh, energy of Krishna, Radharani, please engage myself in Krishna, the Supreme Lord's devotional service.
Very good. Yes. So always the mantra, when it is said with the meaning in mind, when it is recited, that's when we get the full benefit. So every mantra when we chant, if we remind ourselves that this is a prayer to be engaged in devotional service, so that should be the heart, should be having that. You should be thinking, then you get connected to the Lord so easily. And then we hear the mantra, right? We chant the mantra, we hear the mantra, and with the heart, we pray that Krishna, please engage me in your service. So every mantra, if we remember this, then we can chant very nicely. Okay, thank you, Saina. So today we are going to see about Lord Jagannath. Many of you must be knowing the story. So about Lord Jagannath, how he manifested. So I'm going to ask you questions and you can answer. So who is the king in the first picture?
Indradumna.
Yes, King Indradyumna. Yes. So what is one Brahmana coming and telling to King Indradyumna?
That Neela Madhav is that he sees some other person with Neva who is secretly worshipping Neela Madhav.
Now the first person, he comes and says that there is a deity known as Neela Madhav in your country, and who speaks and who accepts the food directly from our hands. And I'm coming from that place, and he's so beautiful. So anyone who wants to answer, raise your hands, because I want to...
and then King Indradum develops the desire to want Neela Madhav deity.
Yes, yes. Please raise your hand so that everyone can get a chance if you want to answer. Okay. So King Indradyumna sends a messenger. What is his name? To locate. He heard about this to Neela Madhava, so he wanted to locate where Neela Madhava deity is. So he sent a messenger to look for the Neela Madhava deity. Anyone knows? Okay, so his name was Vidyapati. So Vidyapati went to different places. He searched everywhere, and finally he came to a mountainous region, and there he saw that there was a small village. And since he came, he was respectfully invited as a guest of the headman of the village, and he started living in the house. Do you know the name of the headman of the village? No one raised your hands. Okay. His name is Vishwavasu. So Vidyapati noticed that Vishwavasu, every day in the night, he collects materials that is required for worship of the Lord, flowers, fruits, Bhoga, and incense, and the lamp, and everything. And he goes. And then he comes in the morning. When he comes, he's so ecstatic. He's so happy, jumping. So Vidyapati asked the person's daughter, where is your father going? So the daughter's name was Lalita. So she said, I don't know. I'm not supposed to say. My father is very strict in it. He said, I can't reveal to anyone. So meanwhile, Vidyapati stayed there for some time, and then Vishwavasu thought that Vidyapati is a good match for his daughter. So Vidyapati became Vishwavasu's son-in-law. So then now Vidyapati said to his wife that I am the son-in-law, so you have to let me know what your father is doing. So the Lalita was torn. Okay, it's my duty to tell to my husband. So she asked reluctantly permission to her father that please let my husband Vidyapati, your son-in-law, come with you. And Vishwavasu said, okay, because you're asking, I'm letting him, but on one condition, I will take him only blindfolded. he shouldn't know the way where we are going. So he said, okay, you can blindfold me. But what did Lalita do? She made a bag full of mustard seeds and put a small hole, very small hole, that a mustard could hardly fall through it. So she gave that bag to um, Vidyapati, and Vidyapati carried the bag, and the mustard seed keep falling one by one. And finally, when he came before a place, he was unblinded, and he saw, wow, so beautiful deity of Lord Madhava. This is what I've been looking for, but I can't tell this to this Vishwavasu. So then he saw that Vishwavasu is jumping and dancing. He's doing kirtan. Then he offered all the Bhoga, and Madhava personally ate the Bhoga, and he's so happy. And finally, he came back the same way, blindfolded. And then Vidyapati thought that, oh, I have a responsibility to go and tell the king what happened. So, because that's why I came for. So he said, I'll take your leave. I have some work to do. I'll come back. So he came back and told King Indradyumna that I saw Madhava. But you know what? You cannot take Madhava that easily, because he's not going to let you. He's so secretive in a place. So I think you should come with your army, so that you as a king, you can say that, the whole land and everything belongs to you. So then the king went with an army, and what happened?
Madhava disappeared.
Yes, Madhava disappeared. But how did they find the way to Madhava? Because he was blindfolded.
The mustard seed.
Yes, the mustard seeds grew into bright yellow flowers.
And
so
they made a trail.
Yes, they made a trail, and then he went and he saw that there was no hill. It was just like a desert. It was like and it was like sand dunes. There was no hill. There was no Madhava. So the king got angry that Vishwavasu has hid the deity in fear of the king. So he arrested Vishwavasu. But there was a voice from the sky that said, "O king, it is my desire that I vanish now, and I will appear to you
as a neem wood, as a log of neem."
Yes, as a log. I will appear to you as three separate logs of wood floating in the water, in the sea, and you can arrange to make a deity out of them. So then the log of wood came, and the king tried to move them with all his army and elephants, but he was not able to move a bit. So what happened? Raise your hand. Don't answer those you know. If anyone knows, raise your hand. So who came, and then the log of wood was able to move? Prahlad, do you know? Are you playing? Prahlad? Okay, so the log of wood wouldn't move, and then there was again a voice from the sky that said, only when Vishwavasu comes and touches me, I will move. So Vishwavasu, he came, and then the king asked forgiveness to Vishwavasu. That time only he released him, but still Jagannath is proving that in front of him the king, and even it may be a small village head or a great king, everybody is the same. So he came and he helped move the wood, and the wood was gotten inside the temple. The temple was already built, and then Indradyumna went to actually get Brahma to install. But by the time he went to get Brahma and he came back, 4 yugas had passed. Satya Yuga to Kali Yuga. So this is another story that there was another king called Gala Madhava, and he excavated the temple. The temple was buried under sand. So he excavated the temple and he said that this is my temple. But Indradyumna came back and said that I built the temple, but he built the temple in Satya Yuga. Then there was an old cow which bore witness that and said that actually King Indradyumna built this temple, and he went to Brahma Loka, and Brahma was engaged in something. So he waited for a minute and then he came back, and here 4 yugas was passed. So the temple was already built, and then the log of wood came inside, and whenever some carpenters used to come and try to make the deity, their hands will break, the chisel will break. No one was able to touch the wood because it was from the spiritual world. Then finally one old person came and he said that I'm going to work on your deities. I will make beautiful Krishna, but you cannot open the door for 21 days. You need to leave my food outside, and I will only after 21 days. Okay, so how happened?
So that builder was actually Vishwakarma of the Devas, and then eventually there was a lot of noise that used to come from the room where he was working from, and then one day the noise stopped. So King Indraduma got very curious and he opened the door, and then Vishwakarma disappeared, and then the hands were unfinished and the legs were unfinished, so he was very sad. And that's how the Jagannath roop we have today in the temples.
Yes, very good. So he's opening the temple on the 14th day because he was worried what happened to the old person inside, and it looked like the deities were half carved. So he felt so bad. What did I do? Because of my impatience, I waited for so long. But because of my impatience, the deity is not finished. So I need to punish myself. So I will fast until death. So when he was getting ready to fast, who came there?
Jagannath. And
No. Narada Muni. Narada Muni came there and then he said, you know what, Indradyumna, in Treta Yuga, something very wonderful happened in Dwaraka when everyone was assembled there for the after, I think it's after the solar eclipse. So the queens of Dwaraka wanted to hear about the Vrindavan pastimes of Krishna. So they asked to Rohini, the mother of Balaram. So Rohini told Subhadra Devi, who's a sister of Krishna and Balaram, to wait outside the tent and inform her in case Jagannath and Krishna and Balaram came, because she's going to describe the pastimes and describe their love and how much they missed Krishna when he was not there, when he left Vrindavan. So when Krishna and Balaram would hear that, they would also feel bad because they also wanted to be in Vrindavan. Okay, Subhadra said, okay, I'll be God outside. And she started waiting. And then she started hearing what Rohini Mata was saying. And when she was hearing, her eyes became big. Wow, so much devotion. These people have
her smile increased.
Brajavasis, and so much Krishna's pastimes are so beautiful. And her eyes expanded in Ashcharya, in wonder, in amazement, and she became so so happy that the face was full of smiles. And what happened was she went into an ecstatic mood called Kurma Vasta.
Yeah, and her hands started going in out of ecstaticness, and she came into that mood.
Yes, the hands started going inside, and first the legs went inside the torso, and the hands also, the joints became loose, and the hands started going inside for her because she stood for a long time. So while this was happening, Jagannath, Krishna and Balaram came there, and they also started listening. And again, their eyes went big in amazement. They had a big smile. And see, they had still the hands. It didn't go inside fully, but their legs was inside the torso. It went inside. And this is called the ecstatic trance. The position of ecstatic trance where Krishna and Balaram themselves were in the trance. So that is how the Lord is controlled by the devotee's love. So Narada Muni said this pastime, and he said that he requested the Lord that the Lord manifest this beautiful form. And the Lord said, yes, in Kali Yuga, I will come like this. And Narada Muni said, that is why the Lord came to you. It was just all a pastime that you opened the door halfway through. But this is how the Lord wanted to benefit the souls of Kali Yuga. So he was so happy. Then Indradyumna asked a boon to Jagannath. Jagannath also gave darshan, and Indradyumna said that my boon is that you should always be eating. That is, when you eat one and you finish and you wash your hands, before it is dried, you should eat again. So that many times offerings is made. That many times offerings will be made in a day. And then also he said that I don't want any children, because the children will come and claim that this is my temple. So this, I want to be the temple of everyone. That is why it's called Jagannath. Jagannath means, what's the meaning?
The controller of the universe.
Yes, the Lord of the universe. Yes. So this is the only place where Lord with his sister and brother. In all the other places, you can see the Lord is either with Radharani or Rukmini, like that. So in Kali Yuga, Jagannath is the Lord of deliverance. And today is the Rath Yatra of Lord Jagannath. So this Rath Yatra is so old that it is even mentioned in many, many Puranas. Can you see 2 million or more people? This is the largest gathering of people in the world. So many people gather. This is a normal time. Of course, today it was COVID. So there were so much restrictions. So this is the only temple where the main deity is taken out in the chariot for procession. So Queen Gundicha was the wife of King Indradyumna. So, and there is this, Jagannath goes in the Rath Yatra in the chariot to the other side of the road, which is called Gundicha Temple. That is named after the queen. So to honor the devotion of the queen, they went there. And we know that the lordships, they come out. How many of you saw that today? It's such a festival that the Lord comes out, and then each one comes in one chariot, and every year the chariots are made new. Every year, you see, they will start making the chariot on Basant Panchami day. They will collect all the wood and see how these wheels are first made, and the same design is followed every year. There is not even one lever or one pulley. There is no brake system, no mechanical arrangement at all in this. So the people have to pull, and then when they stop pulling, it stops. So we saw that how Lord Jagannath's chariot is called Nandi Ghosh. Lord Balabhadra or Baladev is also called Balabhadra, is called Thala Dwaja. It has 16 wheels. Jagannath chariot has 18 wheels. Subhadra's chariot is called Padma Dwaja. It has 14 wheels. And they are constructed every year. And so many pieces, 1072 pieces of log are bought from the nearby forests. And there is a particular family of carpenters who owns the hereditary right to construct the chariots. So there are nearly 125 carpenters work for 58 days in front of the king's palace and shape out 2,188 pieces of wood for the construction of 3 chariots. They exactly know how to do. They learned this art from generations. It's being passed, and then they do this chariot, which is really a world wonder. And then apart from that, see, when the chariots are made, new clothes are used to cover their canopies. So there are different sets of color for the 3 chariots. And the iron nails, brackets, and clamps, and everything that is used are all made by a group of native smiths. And each chariot has 4 ropes that is made up of coconut fiber. You see, no artificial ingredient or anything is used in this. So then, see, the chariot making process is complicated. It's very hard to even understand how they are making this chariot. And then there are 34 components of each chariot, and they have a timetable that every day, that 58 days, the first day this has to be finished, and the second day this stage has to be completed like this. So there are also the deities, the doorkeepers, the charioteer, one deity on top of a flag, and all are made of wood. So this is really, people are amazed how they are able to, very precise, with so much precision that they're able to make it year after year. So what's coming before Rath Yatra? What is the ceremony of Jagannath taking bath?
Snan Yatra.
Yes, Anshu, Snan Yatra. So Snan Yatra, here they are giving a bath to Jagannath with 108 pitchers of water. So it's a long bath. So if you take a long bath for a long time, what will happen?
You'll become sick.
Yes, you'll catch a cold and you may become sick. So this is Jagannath is the only deity who manifests this Leela, pastime of becoming sick. And he is also manifesting the Leela or pastime of dying. You know that? Every 12 years, the new deity is made. That's called Nava Kalevara. And it's a huge process. There will be the oldest pujari, and he will have to go to a particular temple and sleep. And then he would get a dream that in which forest they will have to find the tree, and the tree should have so much marks. So like this, so if he goes and lies down in the Durga Devi temple and he doesn't get a dream, until he gets a dream, that's the indication. So when they follow the dream and go, they will find the tree there, and that tree is not an ordinary tree. So it has, for example, Jagannath's tree should have the mark of Shankha and Chakra, the wheel and the conch. And Baladev's chariot, there should be a cobra living in the chariot. In the tree. And they come and they first worship the tree, and when they cut the thing, they should see the cobra going out. So like this, they have so much elaborate process to locate the tree, and then they start making the new deities. And then on the day and the night, oldest pujari, his hands are tied, his eyes are tied. Then he opens the nabi, of Jagannath, and he transfers something from the navel of old Jagannath. The old deities are placed in front of the new deities. And then it is like the transfer of power that happens. And then the old deities are buried in the temple garden itself. It's called, there is a garden that's inside the temple, and they bury the deities there. And then the pandas, they do final rites, and so it's so much like what's happening here. So that's why Jagannath Puri and Jagannath the Lord is very, very unique. And so because he takes bath so long, he becomes sick. And so he is inside the temple closed. And then he decides that so many people must have come to the temple, and I didn't give them darshan. So I will go out giving darshan to everyone. So the main deity comes out, the Jagannath comes out, and then he's on the Rath, he goes. So in that, before the procession starts, the king of Puri, he comes and he cleans the place around in front of the chariot. So this shows that whether it's a king or a poor person, both are equal in Jagannath's, or everybody is a servant of the Lord, menial servant of the Lord. And sometimes, even if the Ratha, all the devotees pull the Ratha, the chariot wouldn't move for a long time. Then suddenly it starts moving. Then the return journey is after 7 days. That's called Bahuda Yatra. And there also he stops in between. And then before going into the temple, he is adorned fully with gold. And you can Google and see, it's called Suna Vesha. Suna is gold. And you know how the ornaments are made up of? At least minimum of 200 kilograms of gold. So they are given a gold necklace, a gold hands, and then a golden crown, golden slippers, everything in pure gold. So after the festival is over and Jagannath is gone inside, what's happening to the wood? The chariots are dismantled, and the wood is used as a fuel in the temple kitchen, where 56 dishes are made every day. And I also heard that the part of the chariots they use for making Jagannath deities. And those deities are given for sale, and when we go, we can get the deities from there, from Jagannath Puri. So in Gundicha temple, he's offered opulent Chappan Bhog. Chappan Bhog is 56 items. And where is this items cooked? It's cooked in the kitchen of Jagannath Puri. How many of you have visited Jagannath Puri?
I have Mataji.
Oh, Krishna Chaitanya, good, okay. So this Jagannath kitchen is the biggest in India. How? It has 32 rooms and 752 stoves with 250 earthen ovens. Means no artificial gas or electricity. It's only firewood, and the ovens are earthen ovens, means like made of mud. So only the firewood is the only fuel that is used. And how many people prepare the food? 500 cooks and 300 helping hands. And then they serve the deities 6 times a day. And how do they cook? One clay pot is placed on the top, like that, like this way. There is a step by step, one after another is placed. So logically, which one should get cooked first? If you place 5 pots on top of each other and there is fire
The
down.
bottom one, but the top one gets cooked in Jagannath.
Yes, see, the top one is the one which is cooked first. If you check the bottom one, it will not be cooked. So what the servants do, they know that Lakshmi Devi, Mahalakshmi is coming and cooking personally there. So the servants just put everything inside, and they're all the helpers of Lakshmi Devi. And every day food is cooked for 5,000 to 10,000 people. And in special occasions, food for 10 million people is cooked in the kitchen, like Rath Yatra. Have anybody had tasted this food? It will be in earthen pots like this.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. And they don't use any vegetables. They don't use carrot, potatoes, tomatoes, cabbage, cauliflower, capsicum. All these things are modern vegetables. They don't use that. They use only the ancient vegetables that's available in India, and the spices are also I think no red chilies are used, only pepper powder and ginger, and it is so tasty. And what they say, I have seen so many times when I went that they have a system of three people, they will have a log and they will put it on their shoulder, and in the logs the pots are hanged, like three pots in one place, and then they bring it from the kitchen to the Lord to offer. At that time you cannot see any fragrance, no fragrance. See, suppose you are cooking some sweet dish in your house, you can smell the fragrance, right, in the kitchen. But amazingly, when they're going to offer, no fragrance you can smell. So they will shout, move, 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 don't stand in between, and then they'll go directly to offer. And after offering, they will bring it out for the Anand Basar. That's a place where the prasadam is given. So when they bring it out, as soon as they bring it out, and if you are beside the pandas who are carrying that food, you can smell, it will be so delicious smell. So this is a wonder that's happening even today. So many wonders are there. But let's see two stories today. There was this is a story about a devotee called Salabega. See, this is his place. Salabega Samadhi Pita means that is where he was cremated. So let's maybe I think we should take turns and read the story instead of me telling. That would be good.
Okay, can Krishna Chaitanya read first one?
Yes, Krishna Chaitanya, read the first two, and whoever wants to read, raise your hands. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Krishna Chaitanya.
Salabeg occupies a permanent position among the devotional priests of Odisha who devoted his life for Lord Jagannath. He lived in the first half of the 17th century. Salabeg was son of Mughal Subedar Lal Beg. As soon as he was old enough, Salabega took up fighting along with his father, and once he was severely wounded in battle. Battling for life, he accepted the advice of his mother and chanted the holy name of Lord Krishna, which cured him miraculously. Feeling greatly indebted to Lord Krishna, he tried to know more about Hinduism. From his mother, he came to know that Lord Jagannath is an incarnation of Lord Krishna. Amazing and thrilled, he went to Puri but was refused entrance in the temple of Jagannath due to his Muslim birth.
Yeah, 1 second. So thank you. Before someone else can continue, so his father was from a Muslim family. So his mother was from a Hindu family. So he didn't know much about Hinduism at all. I mean, so then through his mother, when he was uttered the name of the Lord and it cured him, he was so amazed and thrilled. And then he learned from his mother that Lord Jagannath is in Puri, and he went to Puri. But Puri, they have a rule that those people who don't, the other religions, who don't believe in the deity form of the Lord, they don't let them inside. Why? Because many people in the past, they had gone inside during the Mughal invasions, British invasions, and they break the deities. So this is why they put a rule like that. So Salabegas was not allowed entrance into the Jagannath temple. Okay, let me.
Can I read now, Mataji?
Yeah, right, Mataji.
Sachi Goel, do you want to read?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, can you read thereafter from there?
Can I go after Sachi, Mataji?
Okay.
Thereafter, he went on foot to Vrindavan, wherein he lived the life of an ecstatic in the association of sadhus reciting bhajans in honor of Lord Sri Krishna. After 1 year in Vraja, he returned to Puri, desiring to see Rath Yatra, festival of Lord Jagannath. But on the way, he suddenly felt ill, feeling helpless and realizing that he would not reach Puri in time to see the Rath Yatra festival. He offered prayers to Lord Jagannath, petitioning him to wait until he arrived.
Yes, those days they used to walk. So he had to walk from Vrindavan to Puri. And when he was just close enough, if he had walked 3 more days, he can reach. But that time he fell ill and he couldn't walk. And he was pulling himself on the road, squatting on the road and pulling himself, not on the road. I mean, there was no, there was only mud roads, and he was trying to come, but he couldn't come on time, and he was praying to the Lord because he cannot enter the temple, right? So this is the only chance for him to see the Lord when the Lord comes out on the Ratha. So let's see what happens. Saina, can you read?
Yeah. On the day of the return cart festival, Nandi Gosha, the cart of Lord Jagannath, did not move until Salibega's arrival. The place where the cart remained stationary to give darshana to Salibega was later used by Salibega for composing his many bhajans in honor of Lord Jagannath. His body.
Did you understand? Yeah, go ahead, read. Yeah, can you finish reading the last one? Okay, Varun, can you read the last one?
Okay, Mataji. His body was cremated there after his death. The samadhi of this great devotee is still standing on the grand road in Puri near Palagandi. In honor of him, every year during the cart festival, the cart of Lord Jagannath stays for a week near his samadhi.
Stays for a while near his samadhi. Okay, so the same spot, you know what happened during the return cart festival? Subhadra's cart went, Baladev's cart went, but Jagannath's cart did not move at all. Sometimes even where they push with the elephants and horses and everything, but Jagannath's cart wouldn't move because Jagannath stayed there for 3 days. And when Shalabega reached and he got Jagannath's darshan, then the cart started to move. So he felt so grateful. And in that place only, he started composing lots of poems. You see, Salabega is one of the devotional poets of Odisha. He has composed so many poems. And then, although he's from Muslim birth, he was a devotee of the Lord. So after his death, he was cremated there. And then even now you can see this. This is in the Grand Road of Puri, the main place. So when Lord Jagannath's Rath comes, they used to stay for some time in this place in honor of this great devotee, Salabega. Okay. This is another interesting story. There are so many interesting pastimes, but we don't have time. This is very, very interesting. So those who want to read, who have not gotten a chance so far.
Prahalad, can I read?
Okay, Prahalad, what were you doing all this while? Okay, Prahalad, go ahead and read the first 2.
The small ship had just left Chandanapur and was a few miles out to sea in the Bay of Bengal. The first mate was surveying the ocean through his telescope and found a giant whale or some monstrous sea animal big enough to swallow the whole ship. Without a moment's delay, he called out, "Captain, alert! All alert!" Hearing the call, the French captain rushed out and Captain Beetle observed the approaching whale with his binoculars. There was also an impending storm on the horizon. The winds were gusting and tearing at the sails.
Okay, so there was a ship, and you know the sea monsters or the whales, they're 10 times longer than a ship. So they can easily swallow a ship. So he saw that from his binoculars that there is a huge whale. Okay. Anybody else wants to read?
Can I read, Mataji?
Yeah, wait, let me check if anybody else is that who didn't read so far. Siddharth?
Can I read one?
Okay, Nima, read.
Where should I start from?
The captain first.
The captain first thought of releasing the lifeboats from the ship. He could cause a small boat, even he could cause, but could cause a small boats even reach the shore in such high winds. There might be a heavy loss of life. The captain realized the gravity of the situation, but was haunted by a sense of helplessness. He had no idea what course of action to take. Finally, he decided the only thing to do right was ring the warning bell. He shouted to the crew members to look out for themselves. There was no way to avert this imminent disaster.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Make sure you memorize the name of the captain.
Oh, okay. So what he saw was that, he saw that first he could give a small, he could let out the lifeboats, but the small boats will not even reach the shore in the high winds. They're going to tear apart and then everybody will die, whoever has taken the boats also. So he could understand that there's no way. Okay.
Can I go now, Mataji?
Yes, Saina.
Okay. Beetle was an experienced saw captain. Having spent 18 years at sea, yet now he was completely bewildered. Everyone aboard the ship were frightened. Only one man was sitting quietly and without any anxiety. He was looking at a picture of his worshipable Lord and keeping it close to his heart. Whispering something to himself, his mind was fixed on that picture. He was an old Indian man who had boarded the ship at the last port.
Okay, so everyone is running around up and down. So what do we do? Because there's no way, the whale is coming, there's a storm coming. So they didn't see any chance. But everyone is running up and down, but there's an old man who is sitting quietly. So let's see, Varun, can you read the first three?
What?
The first 3 points.
Okay. Captain Beetle bent over to see the picture which the old man held. It was a hand-drawn painting with the 3 deities sitting close to each other, deity of Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. What power does your God have to do that? Can he act as a controlling force over nature? Asked the captain. If he can save the ship, I will offer him all the treasures on board the ship and myself as well. When the old man returned to his plane, the captain rushed to the upper deck of the ship again. And to his greatest surprise, he saw the whale change its direction. The whale's forward movement was slowing down, and slowly he veered out to the deep sea. The more the captain observed this, the more his face filled with amazement.
Okay. Sai Vedas or Shaurya, do you want to read?
Yes, I can read Mataji.
Okay, Sai Vedas.
Which verse, Mataji? The huge thunderclap?
No, but the ship.
But the ship never stopped tossing about from the onslaught of the storm. One danger is removed, but there's still another with its own fury, thought the captain. It seemed that the ship might be wrecked within a minute's time. The old man's curious picture began flashing before Captain Beetle's eyes. Then he prayed, "O Lord Jaganath, you control the wheel, but you are able to check the storm." Can I read the second? Should I read the second one?
Yeah.
A huge thunderclap was heard, and a bolt of lightning flared across the sky, so powerful that it seemed as if the world would be destroyed. But all at once the storm died down, and the ship was saved. The captain announced in a joyous, booming voice, "We are saved! We are saved! Go ahead! Lord Jagannath has freed us from all danger."
Okay, Shaurya, the last two.
Tears filled the captain's eyes and his voice choked. No one is foreign to your Lord Jagannath. He deserves all the diamonds, precious gems, gold ornaments, and even the old French church bell be taken from the ship's storeroom and given to this old man's Lord Jagannath temple. Even now we can see that old French church bell in the courtyard of the original office of Jagannath temple known as Garad.
Okay, so this is the thing. This is a real story that happened, and you can still see he was taking the old French church bell to go to Pondicherry, because Pondicherry was ruled by the French and then the Portuguese. So he was on the way. Then he saw that, this is a great danger and Lord Jagannath saved. So he gave the bell to the temple. Did you like this story?
Yeah.
See, that
Yeah,
is the power of Lord Jagannath. That's why he's a Lord of the universe. And he's filled with love. He's very ecstatic and easy to worship. He's always smiling, and you just have to chant and offer him with love. And he's always ready to give his prasadam. Okay, let me see if I can share the picture of this bell. You can see them. Yeah, there are so many. Okay, maybe I'll send the picture, and there is a small, the bell as such is not there because it's very strictly allowed not to take pictures inside the Jagannath temple. But I have seen the bell, and the inscription in that is also in French. Yeah, I think I got it. So let me share this. Did you see this?
Yes.
Yes. See, the church has, the bell has a cross, and then it is written in French.
Wait, Mataji, where was the ship originally planning? Where was the ship originally going to go?
The ship was originally planning to go to Pondicherry, which was near Chennai, which was a French colony. That's why they're taking this bell to put it in a church there. Okay. Okay, I think I didn't make Kahoot, but did you make Niman? Did you make Kahoot today?
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thanks, Niman.
sharing this. Oh, you're not sharing.
Dot.
Sorry. Oh, it's wrong. Okay.
Here.
Where's the one we just made?
What's the thing that you made?
It's called Jagannath something.
Mataji, isn't the class end at 9:15?
Yeah, but do you all want the Kahoot?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do the quick
It's only
Yeah.
eight. It's only 8 questions.
classic. Okay, log in and this is your game pin. Are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
So it is 780-0978. Today I did not have time to make Kahoot, but after the class started, I think Nimai and his dad made the Kahoot.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. That's it? Only 5 people?
I think people are still joining. Mataji, I'm joining now. This is Anshu.
Okay, Anshu. Anshu, Aditya, Gaurav, Prahalad, Sai Vedas, and Varun. So, Gaurav, are you joining?
I never saw Gaurav.
Okay, Anshu is in. Sai Vedas, are you in? Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I just joined.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it, right? So let's start.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else or can I start?
Krishna, did you join? Yes. Okay.
So first question, who found the deity of Nila Madhava? Everybody answered? Okay, yes. Only 2 got it right. Vidyapati. That was a messenger. I told you he came. Krishna Chinta, Pray the winner, Varun the carrot, Arush and OK are in the scoreboard. So let's go to the next question. Who is the queen of King Indradyumna? Even if you don't know the right answer, if you rule out the answers, you will get the right answer in this. Okay, let's see. Yes, 6 of you got it right.
Is there any correlation between the Gundicha Queen of King Undridimna and Gundicha Marjana?
Yes, yes. That palace is the queen's palace there, basically.
Oh, okay.
So that's why that whole temple is named on Gundicha, the queen, and Lord Jagannath wanted to honor her devotion. So he went
Okay.
there. Okay, good job. Krishna Chinta, pray. Okay, Varun the carrot and Arush. Okay. Aditya didn't join. How many meters of cloth covered in the Rath? Two people got it right. Yes, it is right. It is 1090. It's a little tricky question, but that's what we got it. So pray the winner is in the scoreboard. Krishna Chinta, P, okay, Varun the carrot. Yes. Good job. Okay. So fourth question, what is the name of the return Rath journey? It is not, you think about whichever yatra it is not, then you will get the right answer. Did everyone put the answers? Five people put it right. That is Bahuda Yatra. Yes.
I
Arush
misclicked.
came up. Sorry? Pray the winner has a streak with 4 correct answers. So fifth question, during the return yatra, where do they take a break? I did not tell this. I'm so sorry. See, it's not Sakshi Gopal temple. They start from Gundicha temple and Alarnath temple is away from Puri. Yes, Mausi Ma temple. I was in a hurry, so I couldn't tell it. Krishna Chinta, you are right. I think it was there in the slide. Okay, good job. Let's go to the next question. Sixth question. How many clay pots are placed on top of each other for cooking?
My God.
Five is the correct answer. 3 people got it right. Yes, 5 pots were placed one above the other. And the top one, the thing in the top one gets cooked first. That is a mystery. That's why Jagannath temple is full of mystery. Who is the father of the devotee Sala Beg?
Wait, what?
Mala Beg?
What? It's not Malabig, it's Halalabig.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Lala Beg, right? Okay, I'm so sorry about the wrong answer. What is the name of the French captain who became the devotee of Jagannath? Captain Beto. Yes, 5 people got it right. And let's see who's the winner in the podium of Jagannath Rath Yatra. The third place goes to Arush. Second place goes to Pray the winner. And the first place goes to Krishna Chinta. And runners up is P and Varun the carrot. Good job, everyone.
Okay, for that question, it was actually the lullaby. I did the wrong one actually.
Okay. So it was lullaby was the right answer. We are sorry about it. The scoreboards would have changed. Okay. So did you all like the stories?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Are you all there? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So today is our auspicious day of Jagannath Rath Yatra. So we can all think about Jagannath. We can offer to him nice food stuff. He's going to stay in Gundicha temple for the next 7 days. And then the return Rath will come. So we can all pray to Jagannath, talk about Jagannath to your friends, and then glorify Jagannath. Okay, any questions? Anybody has any questions? Okay, thank you all very much for joining. See you next week. Keep chanting every day. It's holidays, right? So you can chant every day. Okay, how many of you are chanting every day? At least one round.
I think so, Mataji. I chant 3 rounds a day, Mataji.
Good job, Sai Vedas. Thank you. And Krishna Chaitanya is chanting too. Good job.
It's 7.
7 rounds?
Yeah.
That's very nice, Krishna Chaitanya. Wonderful. So we will follow the examples of Krishna Chaitanya and Sai Vedas, and we can all chant as much as we can. Okay?
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai.
Hari Bol. Thank you.